Henry J. Kaiser Motors presents...
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Teletour. Today we are at 26th and Broadway in downtown Oakland, where the newly located Henry J. Kaiser used car lot is now. A lot where you can find the finest in values in all makes of used cars and some especially good buys in recent model Kaisers and Frasers. For example, here is a 48 Chrysler convertible, which was recently turned in on a Kaiser Virginian. And over there is a 47 Kaiser, one of the best buys in the used car market today. Now get this 47 Kaiser sedan you can buy for only $399 down and $48.98 per month, and that includes everything, even insurance. There is a real buy. Well, more about that later. Right now, I see that Sandy Spillman is coming here with our first guest of today's Teletour. Sandy?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Lavon Mclean. Meet the folks.
How do you do?
Well, we'd like to ask you some questions. You're over here in Oakland. Do you live in Oakland?
No, I live in San Francisco.
Oh, well, you work here?
No, I forgot.
You work?
Yes, I work in Oakland.
Oh, I see. Well, you live in San Francisco, and you commute every day?
Yes.
Uh-huh. How do you commute? By train?
No, I drive back.
Drive your own car?
Yes.
How do you like commuting? Is it tedious doing it every day or not?
No, I don't really mind.
Mm-hmm. How long have you lived in San Francisco?
About 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And before that, where were you?
In Denver.
Denver? Were you born there?
Yes, I was born there, and then I lived in Manila for 2 years.
Manila, that's interesting. How long ago was that?
That was 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. 4 years ago, and how long did you say you lived there?
2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Well, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't care to go back, though.
Why? The climate, particularly, or?
Yes, it's very hot and rainy.
Mm-hmm. You like the Bay Area much better, I guess.
Very much.
Do you have any special hobbies?
I like to swim.
Swim? Do you like lakes, pools, the ocean? How?
I much prefer the ocean.
Why?
Well, it's more exciting.
More exciting?
Yes.
You a pretty good swimmer?
Not particularly.
Uh-huh.
I enjoy it, though.
Where do you swim in the ocean?
Oh, any place along the beach where it's warm enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Miss McLean. We enjoyed talking to you here, and we hope that you enjoy this living in San Francisco and working in Oakland routine. I guess a lot of you people do the same thing. Thank you very much.
Certainly.
Sandy, this is Mr. Jim Scheimer, Sandy Spillman.
Glad to know
How do
you, Jim. Mm-hmm. What do you do for a living, Jim?
I'm an electrical
Business? Game?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Game, we call it.
What kind of a business is it?
Well, it's general construction work.
All
All
right.
types of construction.
Factories and
Factories,
buildings?
commercial, and some residential. Practically every type of electrical construction.
How long have you been in that business?
Well, about 30 some odd years.
Quite a time. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Children?
2 married daughters.
Oh, fine. How about this electrical business? Are you doing anything at the moment that might be interesting?
Well, we're working all over town. The largest job we have under construction right now is University of California Library.
Oh, what are you doing? Putting in new equipment there?
No, we're rewiring the entire annex. We're building a new annex out
That's
there.
quite a job. Well,
Oh,
what
yes.
does it consist of primarily?
Well, the entire electrical installation, everything in the building.
You mean
The wiring, the
from
piping,
to...
heating and everything of that type that pertains to electrical work only.
You ever gotten a shock?
No, I have nothing that amounted to anything, just minor shocks.
You mean wet your finger, put it in?
Oh,
the
yes.
insurance
Yeah,
company
that
through it?
happens quite often.
Well, that's because you've probably taken care of yourself or you handled your tools properly.
Well, you
30
have
years is
to,
a long time to get by without getting a little jolt now and then.
You have to watch it in this business.
Mm-hmm. And you're careful, I suppose, all the time.
Well, yes, naturally.
Uh-huh. Is there any particularly interesting phase of this work that the people don't know about, that, say, I wouldn't know about offhand? Seeing a sign, electrical company?
Well, that's pretty hard to answer. There's various things in that. At the present time, we're doing quite a few small jobs around town, and it's all very interesting. It's
Where
a
were you
very
born,
interesting job.
incidentally?
In Bay City, Michigan,
Bay City, Michigan?
Yes.
How long have you been out here?
since 1915.
Well, you're practically a
Well,
native
I'm a native.
then. Uh-huh. You like
All
it, I
mine.
assume.
Oh, very much
You
so.
live here in Oakland?
Yes, I
and-
live right here in Oakland.
And you work all over the Bay Area?
Yeah,
though.
all over the Bay Area, yes.
Thank you very much, Jim. We certainly appreciate having you talk to the ladies and gentlemen
Thank you,
watching us
sir.
now on Channel 5. And, oh,
Sandy?
fine, Cliff.
This is Marie Legan. This is Sandy Spillman, Miss Legan.
How do you do, Miss Ligon? We want the people to get a good look at you, so I'll stand with my back framing the screen here, and you can look at them. Tell us about yourself. Do you live here in Oakland?
Oh, yes, I only live a few blocks from here.
from 26th and Broadway?
No, I live on 29th and Broadway.
Yes.
Off 29th and Broadway.
Oh, well, just a few blocks from here is the point
Yes.
I was putting across. Uh-huh. Are you married?
Yes.
Any children?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. Have you had a vacation this year?
No. Oh, yes, we're going to Alaska.
You're going to Alaska on your vacation? That's
Yes.
very interesting. Have you ever been there before?
Oh, no, I haven't, but I've heard a lot about it.
Mm-hmm. Have you read about it, too?
Oh,
Preparation?
yes, I've read a lot on it. I'm very anxious to go with someplace we've never been.
Mm-hmm. How are you going?
We're going to drive up to Victoria, BC, and then we're going to take the boat for a 9-day cruise. We're going as far as Skagway. Then when the boat stops at Skagway for 36 hours, so we'll take a train trip to Whitehorse. Then when we come back, we'll board the boat again and come back to Vancouver. Then from Vancouver, we're going to Victoria Island.
Well, you sound like you have the trip all planned out. Did you arrange it
we
yourself?
have. For a long time, we've planned this trip.
I see. Well, how did you get the idea of going to Alaska?
Well, this happens to be our 15th wedding anniversary
Oh, well,
year, so
congratulations.
we decided we'd splurge a little.
Fine. Well, could we ask you a personal question, a trip like that, about how much it would cost?
Well, we figure it'll cost about $600 or $700.
Mm-hmm. And how long a time will you be away?
Well, we'll be gone almost 3 weeks.
What's your idea of Alaska, since you've never been there?
Well, for me, it's glaciers and old-time towns and things like that. As far as I'm concerned, it's black and white scenery. But everybody else says it's beautiful scenery. The glaciers are supposed to be blue instead of white,
Mm-hmm.
so on.
And also, where you're going, there's going to be a lot of grass.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
But you think it's mostly snow right now.
Oh, I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, we hope you have an exceedingly wonderful time up there. And also, congratulations again on your anniversary.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Sandy? Sandy, come over here. Someone here I want you to meet. This is Mr. Cliff Morrison, who is one of the salesmen here at the Henry J. Kaiser lot at 26th and Broadway in Oakland. Sandy,
Hello,
go
Cliff.
ahead.
How are you?
It's fine.
Well, Cliff, the other Cliff, Cliff Naughton, our partner on this show, was telling us something about this television offer of a 1947 Kaiser. What's the story on that?
We have a 1947 Kaiser sedan for $399 down and $48.91 a month.
Well, now, just a moment, Cliff. That makes the price on that just about available for everyone. I mean, can we take a look at this car?
You bet you can.
Oh, fine. Well, let's take a look at it, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, the 1947 Kaiser that Cliff was just telling us about. And give us that price again, because that's a little amazing to me.
$399 down and $48.98 per month.
Does that include everything?
That includes all charges, insurance, finance charges, and license transfer.
Well, that's certainly a beautiful car. The one thing I want to ask you about this, Cliff, the lines on this, and you say it's a 47, seem almost identical to the 49.
Yes, this 47 automobile is identically. It has the lines of any other 49 automobile on the road today. We have the ride between the wheels, which we don't get until N49 on any other model. We have a spring reaction in the front, which gives us our riding quality, which we do not get on other models until in our 1949 automobile.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, this price again, you say includes everything now. Is that license plate, tax, insurance, and any fees that might be added there?
That includes all charges.
Well, that's certainly amazing to me, and that's the television offer that you're making at 26th and Broadway here at the Henry J. Kaiser Motors lot. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Cliff, for being our guest on television tonight. We certainly appreciate having you with us.
Bye.
Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Why drive a pre-war car when you can get a post-war Henry J. Kaiser car, this 1947 Kaiser that you just saw, for $399 down and only $48.98 per month? Well, that price makes it practically available to any of us, even you. So if you want a car, come out and take a trial spin. That's the only way you can really tell. So come out to 26th and Broadway here in Oakland at the Henry J. Kaiser Motors store and lot and try this used car. See for yourself why it's one of the best buys of the day. Well, we'll see you next Wednesday night at 8 on Teletours. Good night. For a real close-up look at the Vagabond and Traveler and the complete line of Kaiser and Frazer automobiles, visit the Henry J. Kaiser Motors, Post and Van Ness in San Francisco, 23rd and Broadway in Oakland, and 1865 University Avenue near Grove in Berkeley.
Guns are in holster. Are you ready on the right? Ready on the left? Ready on the firing line. Fire! As soon as you've completed firing and load, continue on the alibi. Are you all through firing? Alibi order complete? D. Firing. Alibi order. Take the alibi. D. Firing. Unload. Dump your bride.
A noisy introduction to another teletrip, ladies and gentlemen. As the officers of the Oakland Police Department move into position for their qualifying rounds here, we're going to let you talk to Sergeant Ciccone. Doc, they call him. Come on up, Doc. Let's talk to the people watching their television screens now and explain what this is just all about. Are they going to fire some more at the moment? Is
Yes,
that right?
they fire the
All
second stage of firing, 5 shots from the
All
hip.
right, we'll hold off because, of course, we can't compete with all the noise. Where are we located, first of all?
We're out at the Oakland Pistol Club, which is in the zoological gardens of Alameda County. This is a private club, and the Oakland Police Department uses it for their qualifying and practice purposes.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they're about to start, so we'll momentarily keep quiet. If we, should we move back here, then we can hear what is...
Command and load has been given. Guns are in holster. Are you ready on the right? Ready on the left. Ready on the firing line. Fire! Are you all through firing? D. Firing. Unload. Reholster. And dump your brass.
Does that do it for the moment there, Doc?
That does it.
Swell, Sergeant. Come on up again. We'll get close to the screen. We'd like the people to look at you, primarily because you're wearing a pith helmet. We want to find out what the pith helmets are for. What is the purpose of all the helmets that the men are wearing?
Well, you notice that all of the fellows that wear these green helmets are standing behind the line. They're the instructors who aid the men in any point that they might need in perfecting or improving their shooting.
Oh, I see. Let's walk up and find out what's going on right here. Just what is the point?
You'll notice that the targets are being scored at this time, and they count each hit as 10 points. The men in the green hats are the scorers, and of course they have to be very accurate because this is their qualifying score for the department.
Black, white on
All right, let's see how our boy did up here. There's one that's pretty close to your screen here. How did he do right here? We won't disturb him.
He done very good here. You see, he got all of his shot in, and he held them in a close group in the midsection of the body.
And he's
Very good
pasting,
grouping.
pasting the holes
And now then he's pasting the holes up
black paper.
with black paper so that he can continue to fire on the same target with the rest of the shoot.
What is the score that's supposed to be attained? Is there
On this
anything
one, there is
particular?
100. If they shoot this one correctly, it's 100.
Uh-huh. And the men come out here about how often?
Well, they are here twice a year for their qualifying shoot, once in the spring and once in the fall.
What do they have to do to qualify?
Well, the qualifying score is 305 out of 400, which is possible. Of course, many of them shoot better than that, and in order to make the police pistol team, they shoot about 395 or better.
Gee, that's excellent. Well, then are the men, of course, you yourself are a member of the team, as well as being in charge of the armory and several other things.
Well, I don't actually take a part in shooting on the team, but I am the manager of the team.
I see. I notice the men have moved back to a little greater distance. What is that, Sergeant?
Well, the purpose of that is to fire their next stage of fire, which is point shooting, or the type of shooting a man would probably do on the job, such as drawing the gun quickly and aiming and firing.
Well, I noticed that was hip firing that we saw.
Yes, that was hip firing, yes.
Now, what are we about to see here?
This stage here is from the 15-yard line, which is approximately the distance across an average street. And it simulates firing at someone who probably is firing back or just running away and being chased by a police officer, or fired at by a police officer.
I see. All right. Is this a technique that's completely different?
We feel that we originated it here, and it has certainly met with the approval of all the department, and we find that some of our boys were a little weak on this stage in the past, but they've certainly come up.
All right, let's sneak back here. It's going to be kind of noisy. Now, what do? They're loading at the moment. Do they also draw from the holster as they did previously?
Yes, they do. They load 5 rounds and holster back into the regular position that they carry their gun, and then at the command fire, they draw, and in 10 seconds, they have to fire 5 rounds. Each hit is scored, and they have a possibility of making 67 points of their total score on this particular stage.
I noticed that they get excellent instruction. That is that Sergeant Hunter, did you say?
No, that's Officer Richardson, who's in charge of the shooting. The other officers, or the other men who are behind the lines, are officers too of the department, and they all are